Humans survived after their future had already been erased. That sentence should not exist. Neither should they. I know because I helped erase them. I am Speaker Archivist Vekthal of the Collective Memory Choir. My species does not forget. We preserve every event, every war, every extinction. Reality obeys records. If an event is removed from the timeline vault, existence follows. It always has. Until humans. The assembly called an emergency session before 17 spiral arms collapsed into panic. No one understood why humanity still occupied a seat. I floated above my crystalline platform while thousands of delegates filled the Galactic Assembly. Gas giants sang in pressure suits. Energy beings shimmered inside magnetic cages. Predator monarchs sharpened ceremonial claws. No one spoke. No one looked at the humans. That was our first mistake. Predators avoid eye contact before attacking. Humans maintained eye contact with everyone. I concluded they were announcing surrender. I was wrong. Again, the chamber lights dimmed. The keeper of history approached the center. Ancient. Perfect. Its mind connected directly to the timeline vault beneath the assembly. Nothing inside that vault had ever been questioned. The keeper raised 6 silver hands. The human timeline has been successfully removed. Silence. No applause. No relief. Only waiting. Because every species knew what came next. The humans would vanish. Their ships. Their colonies. Their memories. Their stars. Everything. That is how reality functions. I watched the human delegation carefully. 7 of them. 1 old woman. From military officers. A young diplomat. 1 child. The child swung his legs beneath his chair. He looked bored. I assumed juvenile humans lacked awareness of death. Later, I would learn boredom and fear are completely unrelated in their species. The keeper activated the vault. Golden waves spread across the chamber. History bent. Stars outside the transparent dome flickered. Entire civilizations forgot names they had spoken for centuries. Constellations rearranged themselves. Reality corrected itself. Then, nothing happened. The humans remained seated. The child yawned. My secondary heart stopped. Impossible. The keeper checked the vault again. The deletion succeeded. A ripple spread through the delegates. Someone screamed. Machines verified reality. Every calculation agreed. Humanity no longer existed. Yet they were still breathing. The old woman slowly raised 1 eyebrow. It looked insignificant. I later classified it as the beginning of galactic panic. She spoke softly. I think your files are broken. Laughter. Human laughter. Short. Calm. Almost polite. That sound disturbed me more than any battle alarm. Creatures facing non-existence should scream. Humans laughed. I concluded laughter was their biological response to neurological collapse. Another mistake. The keeper activated deeper protocols. Entire centuries disappeared. Wars unraveled. Empires dissolved. Species blinked out like sparks. Reality twisted harder. Still, the humans remained. 1 officer checked his wrist device. Another asked if lunch had been delayed. The child whispered something. Everyone smiled. I did not understand. No intelligent species jokes during universal deletion. Unless they did not realize they were dead. Yes, that explained everything. Humans were ghosts. Residual consciousness. Harmless echoes. I announced my conclusion across the assembly. Several delegates accepted it immediately. Ghosts cannot threaten governments. Ghosts cannot wage war. Ghosts cannot survive. The old woman looked directly at me. No, only 1 word. My translator registered absolute certainty. No anger. No fear. Just certainty. I wish she had shouted. Quiet confidence is far more dangerous. The vault overloaded. Reality fractured. Black cracks spread across the chamber ceiling. Stars outside disappeared. Not exploded. Erased. Whole regions of space became empty white voids. Emergency shields activated. The assembly entered lockdown. Thousands tried escaping. No doors opened. Because there were no doors anymore. History had forgotten architecture. Panic spread faster than plasma. I observed humans carefully. They stood together. Not randomly. In formation. I believed frightened herd animals naturally grouped together. Later, I realized humans always prepare for conflict before confirming it exists. The difference nearly destroyed us. The keeper screamed. I had never heard one scream. It is rewriting us. Everyone froze. What was rewriting us? The vault displayed impossible symbols. Not alien, not machine, human. Languages that had never existed inside the archive now covered every surface. Entire walls filled with human history. Battles, families, children, cities, sacrifices, victories, events that should have vanished forever. The vault rejected deletion. No, that wording is inaccurate. The vault restored humanity. Again and again, every attempt strengthened them. Reality itself seemed to remember them. I concluded humans had infected history like a parasite. A terrifying theory. Also incorrect. The child stood. He walked toward the glowing vault. Security drones targeted him instantly. 36 antimatter beams locked onto his chest. He ignored them. Children ignore danger because they lack developed survival instincts. That is what our scientists believed. Human children continue walking because they trust something else entirely. I still do not understand what. One officer quietly said, "Easy, kid." The child nodded, stopped, smiled, then stepped back. Nothing happened. Absolutely nothing. Yet every soldier beside him relaxed. I examined the recording thousands of times. No signals, no hidden weapons, no technology, just trust. How can trust stop catastrophe? No equation explains it. The keeper finally found the source. Deep beneath the timeline vault, a hidden layer, older than recorded time. No civilization had discovered it. Until that moment, the keeper opened it. Every screen turned crimson. One sentence appeared in every known language. Foundation species protected. The assembly erupted. Impossible. Foundation species? That designation belonged only to myths older than stars. According to every archive, the first intelligent civilization vanished before history began. No survivors, no descendants, no records, only legends, all false, or so we believed. Every delegate slowly turned toward the humans. The old woman sighed, not dramatically, just tired, as though this conversation had happened far too many times before. One predator king fell to his knees. Others followed. Some prayed. Others prepared weapons. I chose observation. Observation had always protected my people. I believed knowledge defeated fear. That belief survived exactly 43 more seconds. The old woman reached into her jacket. Half the chamber aimed weapons. I expected a concealed device, an assassination attempt, a declaration of war. Instead, she removed a faded paper photograph. Paper. Physical paper. An object older than most civilizations. She held it toward the keeper. A family. 3 generations. Children. Grandparents. Soldiers. Scientists. Farmers. Smiling together beneath a blue sky. She looked at the keeper. Then she whispered, "You tried deleting all of them." The vault trembled. The stars outside screamed without sound. And for the first time in recorded existence, history apologized. History begged the humans to forgive it. I witnessed the impossible. Again, the timeline vault glowed like a dying star. Every archive crystal shattered. Every historical certainty dissolved. The keeper of history lowered all 6 hands. Its voice, once flawless, trembled. I made an error. No machine had ever spoken those words. The assembly remained frozen. I concluded the humans would celebrate. Victory rituals always follow survival. Humans did not celebrate. Another mistake. The old woman folded the faded photograph with impossible care. She placed it back inside her jacket. Our dead deserve better than your apology. The chamber became colder. Not physically, emotionally. I had no biological organ designed to measure guilt. Yet somehow, I felt it. The keeper opened every restriction inside the vault. Billions of forgotten memories flooded the chamber. I saw worlds before stars had names. I saw oceans orbiting darkness. I saw the first city ever built. Humans stood there, not ruling, building. teaching, helping younger civilizations survive impossible winters. Every image contradicted everything I believed. Our textbooks claimed the first civilization conquered the galaxy. Reality showed something else. They protected it. The oldest legends called them the Fire Keepers. I always assumed that title meant weapons. No, it meant hope. The assembly exploded into argument. They manipulated history. They hid themselves. They deceived us. I believed humans would deny every accusation. Instead, the old woman nodded. We disappeared on purpose. Silence returned. That answer made everything worse. One emperor stood. His armor weighed more than my transport craft. His species had never lost a war. He pointed a claw toward humanity. If you're truly the foundation species, prove it. I expected ancient superweapons, hidden fleets, impossible technology. Humans looked at each other. The youngest diplomat sighed. Seriously? That single word confused every translator. Then every human turned around. They walked toward the assembly exit. No speeches, no threats, no demands. They simply left. The galaxy watched in fear as humans stormed out of the assembly. At first, I believed they were surrendering. Cowards leave. Predators stay. Wrong again. Every military commander in the chamber screamed at once. Stop them. Only then did I understand. Everyone feared what would happen if humans stopped protecting us. Emergency fleets launched from thousands of systems, not to attack humanity, to chase them. Governments that had hated humans for centuries suddenly begged for communication. No response. The human fleet powered away from the capital. Calm, orderly, silent. No battle formation, no shields, no visible weapons. That frightened everyone more, because confident predators never rush. I received emergency access to the deepest historical layer. The hidden archive continued opening. Page after page, age after age, the truth emerged. Long before any modern species evolved, something hunted intelligence. Not planets, not empires, minds. It consumed civilizations by erasing them from reality. Not destroying, deleting. Every victim vanished so completely that no one remembered they had ever existed. Except humans. They remembered. Always. They fought the impossible enemy across millions of years. Not once. Repeatedly. They never announced victories. No monuments. No celebrations. Just another rescue. Again and again. I calculated the probability. Impossible. Humanity had saved my species 17 separate times. We never knew. The assembly never knew. Because after every victory, humans erased themselves from history to lure the enemy away. I cannot process such behavior. No civilization sacrifices recognition voluntarily. Humans apparently did. The alarms changed. Not warning. Screaming. The deleted regions beyond the assembly moved. The white emptiness expanded. Stars vanished without explosions. Entire fleets blinked out. No wreckage. No distress calls. Nothing. The enemy had arrived. I searched every archive. No image existed. No description. Only one sentence. If you can see it, it has already forgotten you. The void reached the capital system. One moon disappeared. Then another. People forgot they had ever existed before our sensors confirmed their loss. Citizens argued over memories that no longer matched reality. Families vanished from photographs. Books rewrote themselves. The enemy was feeding. The galactic armadas assembled. Nearly 4 million warships. Enough firepower to crack suns. I believed overwhelming force would prevail. We fired. The beams entered the white void. Nothing came back. No impact. No resistance. It was like shooting yesterday. The fleets retreated. Panic became despair. Then, human transmissions returned. One message, broadcast everywhere. Go home. That was all. Governments refused. Pride survived longer than logic. Then the first defense line disappeared. 12,000 ships. Gone. Not destroyed. Forgotten. Even their commanders' names dissolved. Admirals stared at empty tactical screens. They cried for officers they could no longer remember. The old woman appeared on every channel. She looked exhausted. Older somehow. You've seen enough. Leave. No one argued this time. The fleets withdrew. Only humanity advanced. 112 human ships. Against an enemy that erased galaxies. I almost pitied them. Then I remembered every conclusion I had ever reached about humans. Everyone had been wrong. I chose observation. Again, the human ships formed no attack pattern. Instead, they shut down every weapon, every shield, every engine, drifting, motionless. I concluded their systems had failed. The void rushed toward them. The first human ship disappeared. Then the second. Then 50 more. My heart broke. Perhaps humans could die after all. Then every vanished ship returned. Not repaired. Changed. Their hulls glowed with impossible symbols. The same symbols inside the hidden archive. The void stopped expanding. For the first time, the enemy hesitated. The old woman whispered one sentence. Not to us. To the darkness. We remember you. The universe shook. The white emptiness screamed. Not with sound. With memories. Every civilization it had ever erased returned at once. Billions. Trillions. Voices filled reality. Names restored themselves. Lost stars reignited. Forgotten species awoke on worlds they thought were dreams. The enemy fed on forgotten history. Humans carried memory like a weapon. Not technology. Not biology. Memory. That was their hidden ability. As long as one human remembered someone, they could never truly be erased. The void collapsed beneath the weight of everything it had stolen. It did not explode. It was remembered to death. Silence followed. The human fleet turned home. Half their ships never returned. The survivors made no victory parade. No declarations. No demands for gratitude. Only silence. Weeks later, I visited Earth. No monuments honored the battle. Children played beneath ordinary trees. Families laughed in quiet parks. Life continued. I found the old woman sitting on a wooden bench. You saved the galaxy. She smiled sadly. No, we just remembered it. I finally understood why humans laughed in the assembly. They never believed history belonged to archives. It belonged to people. I returned to the timeline vault. The first sentence ever recorded inside it has now been permanently changed. It no longer reads, "Reality obeys records." It now reads, "Reality survives because humans remember what the universe cannot." I returned to the timeline vault. The first sentence ever recorded inside it has now been permanently changed. It no longer reads, "Reality obeys records." It now reads, "Reality survives because humans remember what the universe cannot." And somewhere beyond the oldest stars, humanity continued its silent watch. Because some wars are never truly over. If you enjoyed this HFY sci-fi story and want more epic tales where humanity defies the impossible, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next adventure. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next story.